Tonight I want to talk about change. So, I've been in this entrepreneurial school of sorts, online training, since September of last year, and um, I've been part of a coaching program rather since September. I guess I actually started the training in August-ish. Anyways, so this coaching program, they have a weekly coaching session. So a small group of students who are paired together according to some formula that the company uses get grouped together and assigned to a coach. So for my coaching group, the coaching cohort that I was part of, we met on Thursday nights. And so we've been meeting every Thursday night since September. And as you might imagine, we kind of got to be friends. There were 5 of us in my cohort, plus the coach obviously, but the students, one of the students, I'm not quite sure what happened to her. I guess something came up and maybe she's going to pick it up later, I don't know. But the other 3 students were guys, and they graciously invited me to be part of their between coaching sessions group. And we started meeting, just the 4 of us, once a week, and then it was a little bit more often, periodically, as people would have problems, 1 or 2 or 3 or sometimes all 4 of us would get together even more often than once a week. We just helped each other. We encouraged one another and cheered each other on and help one another figure things out. But when we started, we were all working our regular jobs. But then in mid-October, I ended up filing for early retirement because of the situation at my work and the mandates and all that stuff. So from the end of October, I had a lot more time that I could put into the training. So consequently, I got a little bit further down the path than my teammates. So I ended up graduating the first program a couple weeks ago, but I was still, meeting weekly with my coaching group. Then the coach suggested that maybe since I was kind of further along, that they would put me into a different coaching group that was doing the next level of training. And I was like, So I had my last group meeting with my group last Thursday, and then the coach made this recommendation, I think, I don't know what day it was. So I agreed to move to the other coaching group. And I told the guys, my buddies, I refer to them as the boys, that I was going to be moving into a different group. But I hoped that we would still be friends and be able to still get together and encourage one another. And they said, oh yeah, let's keep doing that. So tonight was our regular coaching group meeting. My new coaching group starts this Saturday morning. So I've been so programmed to be on this coaching call every Thursday evening. It was just sort of weird for me. So the time came and I thought, well, I'll just jump into the calls because my new group hadn't started yet and I wasn't allowed in. Anyways, I'm sure there were reasons for it, but I wasn't admitted to the group because they had already kind of moved me on. So I was here at home thinking my buddies are getting together and having their training and I'm just not part of it. I felt really weird. I felt left out. I mean, it's a good thing that I'm moving on and I'm incredibly grateful that I have that opportunity. But by the same token, it was kind of sad. I felt somewhat ostracized and left out. It was just weird. Trying to process that, I was thinking about, I went back to when I was a kid, we had K through 6, and then what they call junior high school, which was 7th and 8th, and then high school was 9th through 12th. So when I finished 6th grade, I was all excited about junior high school because now we're moving up to the big times, right? I remember coming home the first day after 7th grade, and my mom asked me how it was, and I was like, I'm ready for high school. It is not what I thought it was going to be. I was so bored, especially in math class. So after a couple of weeks, because I'm thinking, now we're in a junior high school, we're going to be doing more interesting things and it's going to be more challenging, and it wasn't. So after several weeks of me complaining to my parents about how incredibly bored I was in math class, they contacted the school, and apparently there was another student who was in the same boat. He was also bored out of his mind in math class. So the school came up with this crazy idea. They said, well, according to they wouldn't let us progress to the next level of math, which at that time, the earliest you were allowed to start algebra was 8th grade. And most people didn't start it till 9th grade, but the earliest that they allowed you to do it was 8th grade. So they wouldn't let us move into algebra because we hadn't finished their stupid 7th grade math book. So what they decided to do was Ashvin, his name was Ashvin Ragawansi. He and I, during when we would normally go to our math class, we went to the teacher's lounge with the same math book that everybody else was doing. But we had to do all the assignments for that math book. So every day during math class, Ashvin and I would go to the teacher's lounge and we'd just crank through the math book. So we finished it, in maybe a month, I don't know. I don't remember how long it was. And then from that point on, the rest of the year, they just gave us like math puzzles and workbooks to do, just to keep us busy and doing something slightly different. But I remember I thought it was really cool because we were in the teacher's lounge. Like, the holy of holies of the school, so to speak. Not to be, anyways. But the cool thing about the teacher's lounge was they had a vending machine for coffee. Ooh. So that's what we would do. We would go during math class, we would go to the teacher's lounge and we would each buy a cup of coffee from the vending machine and we'd do these silly workbooks. So that was change, but it was good change because it was a change that was fun and it was doing something new and interesting and it was kind of felt, I don't know, special. But tonight I just felt left out. Well, I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm still friends with these guys and we'll still get together, I'm sure, on our regular Wednesday night time and keep one another updated and stay connected during the week. So I'm looking forward to my new class on Saturday. So I'll be with a whole different group of students and a different coach. And anyways, so I'm looking forward to this next chapter. So that part will be really good. It's just tonight was kind of But such is life. Comes and it goes. The only thing that you are assured of is change, right? So when you can't control the change, all you control is your attitude about it. So I'm working on that. Working on my attitude. That's what it shows. So I guess that's it for tonight. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Take care and God bless.